You look kind of gay. Wow. Anyways, hi guys, how's it going? I am here to review the new freaking Rei Brown album titled Xeno. This came out last night. I have listened to it about once or twice through. I can't honestly remember. I kind of fell asleep the first time. It was a little late for me after recording my last video, which was reacting to Nicki's latest song, which was okay at best. Thank you for watching that. If you do, go check that video out. Go check out my latest videos. I've been putting a lot of stuff out. Like, come on now, guys. Anyways, this album I have reacted to, I think, 2 or 3 of the songs that he put out, the singles, which was Solar and Thinking About You. That's what it was. Both were honestly really solid tracks. I've listened to them both through about 4 or 5 times since hearing them. They've grown on me a lot. I think honestly most of Rei Brown's music kind of has that effect on me. At first I'm not really a huge fan, and then I kind of sit and listen through it again and again, and eventually it gets to that point where I'm like, you know what, it's actually pretty solid. And I think that's honestly what the most of this record is. I think the more I'm gonna listen to it, the more I'm gonna like it. There is a couple tracks on here that I feel like maybe just didn't need to be here. There is one, Haunt Me, that was towards the end there. That one was very slow, very mellow, a little too mellow, if you know what I mean. Overall, wasn't a huge fan of that track. There's a lot of guitar all over this thing, which I thought was a really unique choice. Because I was thinking that would be more of a kind of warpy, piano, spacey kind of deal, which it was. Solar is definitely captures that feel for the most part. And again, Solar is a great track. I really do like that track a lot. But there is a couple in here that I wasn't super crazy about. I think we're gonna start with that before I get into like the stuff I really love. We're gonna start with the negatives and end positive, right? So as I said, Haunt Me was a little slow, a little bland for me. Not a lot really going on with that track. I honestly feel like he probably could have just cut it out. And then there was the other one that he put out a couple months ago, which was Could I Be Somebody? That one also is kind of the same deal. It's trying to be overly emotional, but it doesn't really hit that point for me. I really didn't feel much listening to it. It was very just a song. It's not much really going on with it. There really isn't a lot I dislike, of course. I think the record as a whole is actually a pretty well-rounded, solid record. I really like the first couple tracks with the title track Xeno, and then the title, oh my gosh, Neptune. That's spectacular. Really had a good time with that. There's a lot of, again, that's more spacey. It starts very spacey and then gets kind of melodramatic in the middle. It's a vibe. The whole thing is a vibe, but I think that some of the tracks, like I spoke of previously, Haunt Me and Could I Be Somebody, are just a little out of place. They feel a little out of place. And I feel like overall, as the album as a whole, Rei Brown's vocals, though they are good, I think he could have a little more range. Which I feel like a lot of people complain about that same thing for Joji, in the sense where it just feels like he can only really have one tone. He can only hit a certain pitch. I don't know, like, I feel like he could do a lot more. I feel like Rei Brown could really hit a peak point vocally. And I don't really feel like we really see that much in this album. It sounds at times like he's legitimately just mumbling. Like, I'm like, I don't even know what he's like. And I mean, that's fine. Radiohead has some stuff like that. That's my favorite band, all right? I can accept it, but when almost every track has a period where it's like that, where I'm like, bro, I don't even know what this guy's saying. And the production sometimes can be a little overbearing over his vocals that are already hard to hear. It's not a great feel. It's really not a great feel. The final track, Do-Si-Do, is actually a really good time. I actually really enjoyed that track. Production was great on that too. White Honda's really fun. I just like the name. The other one, Are You Gonna Love Me, was another, again, really good, like a pop beat, kind of just an upbeat song, really fun. I really don't have much else to say about this album, you guys. I don't really have much more to say about it. It was a fun time. It was a nice listen, but I think Rei Brown has a lot of growing to do still. And I think that his vocal range could be he could really do a lot more. I feel like he could really go a lot higher. And that's not me saying that he's not good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'd love to see what more he could do. And so I think I'm going to give this record a light 6 to a strong 5. As I said, it's still pretty solid. It's not bad. It's just there's a lot of things I felt like it was lacking. There's a lot of things I wanted it to do, and it didn't really get me there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Go check this album out. Prove me wrong. Argue with me, please, in the comments section. Do it. People did it with my review of the Smiles' latest record. I still think that's a good record. It's just not perfect. But people were like, no, it's a masterpiece. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. And I love it when people debate and argue on my comment section. It's fun. It's fun. I love to have a chat. So whatever you guys thinking, let me know. Make fun of me or agree with me. I don't care. But guess what? This is just my opinion, and that's life. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.